Secretary of State Mike Pompeo explained the U.S. decision.
Today, we need to be honest. The Human Rights Council is a poor defender of human rights. Worse than that, the Human Rights Council has become an exercise in shameless hypocrisy, with many of the world's worst human rights abuses going ignored, and some of the world's most serious offenders sitting on the Council itself.
Pompeo noted those serious human rights offenders sitting on the Council include China, Cuba, and Venezuela.
The United States, which leads the world in humanitarian assistance, and whose service members have sacrificed life and limb to free millions from oppression and tyranny, will not take lectures from hypocritical bodies and institutions as America selflessly give their blood and treasure to help the defenseless.
When a so-called Human Rights Council cannot bring itself to address the massive abuses in Venezuela and Iran, and it welcomes the Democratic Republic of Congo as a new member, the Council ceases to be worthy of its name. And then, of course, there is the matter of the chronic bias against Israel.
Both Pompeo and Haley said the UN body had become a vehicle to bash Israel.
And the Council's continued and well-documented bias against Israel is unconscionable. Since its creation, the Council has adopted more resolutions condemning Israel than against the rest of the world combined.
Hillel Neuer of the UN Watch told CBN News the Council unfairly singles out Israel for criticism and condemnation that no other nation faces.
At every session of the Human Rights Council, for example, there's a day on Israel, just like there's a day on human rights situations around the world, and then there's one day just for Israel. It's a special agenda item only to criticize so-called Israeli violations. There's no agenda item for genocide that happened in Darfur and Sudan, nor on North Korea, one of the most horrific places on the planet for human rights. Only Israel, the Jewish state, gets its own agenda item. The effect is to demonize Israel.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the U.S. decision, saying the UN obsessively focuses on Israel, the one democracy in the Middle East, instead of dealing with regimes that systematically violate human rights. Haley left the door open to return to the Council if things changed.
We will continue to strongly advocate for reform of the Human Rights Council. Should it become reformed, we would be happy to rejoin it.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.